College football has been crazy on and off the field this year, but it is only getting crazier. Many expected another quarterback to enter the transfer portal at Ohio State due to their loaded quarterback room that consisted of Heisman Trophy contender CJ Stroud, former 5-star quarterback Kyle McCord, and one of the highest rated recruits of all time, Quinn Ewers. And Jack Miller started things off by entering the transfer portal earlier this week, but it was expected another possible Buckeyes quarterback could enter the transfer portal as well, especially after the commitment of Corner Canyon quarterback Devin Brown a few days ago. But it was unknown who that quarterback may be. Today, literally about an hour ago, we learned that it is going to be former 5-star quarterback Quinn Ewers. Before I get into where Ewers may transfer, here is some of his backstory. Quinn Ewers grew up in the Southlake, Texas area, which is near the Dallas-Fort Worth area. When Ewers was young, Quinn and his father came up with a game where they would catch a football with one hand and throw it back without changing the grip. Another rule was that they needed to throw a perfect spiral, or the streak would be broken. Quinn would get better and better at the game, and games would take longer and longer until someone threw a wobbly pass back. The other thing about this game was it took place in the family's living room. As a result, lamps and pictures went down along with heads of Quinn's mother's ceramic angels that would need to be glued back on. Quinn's father Curtis was a high school quarterback himself back in the day and told 24/7 Sports, "Quinn and I roughhoused from the moment he came out of the womb," with Quinn adding, "There were marks all over the walls of our old house, from footballs to basketballs." Quinn's mother embraced the idea of playing ball in the house and decided to stop buying fragile things. When Quinn was 4, he was able to throw the ball 15 to 20 yards down the field, and that's when his father decided he should maybe get his son some special training. Quinn and his father were always throwing a football around together. Whether it was at the local football field or in the backyard, they were always playing together. A couple years later, Curtis took Quinn to meet famed high school coach Sonny Detmer when he was in 1st or 2nd grade. Curtis knew Detmer from growing up in the San Antonio area, with Detmer being the father of former NFL quarterbacks Ty and Coy Detmer. Ty actually won a Heisman Trophy at BYU. Sonny projected Ewers to be a star, with Curtis telling 24/7 Sports, "Sonny told me you try and teach a quarterback to do 8 things. Things like balance, throwing motion, and Sonny said Quinn is already doing all of them correctly." Not long after, Ewers' family moved to the Dallas area, more specifically Southlake, a suburb of the city. Quinn's mother was a 4th grade teacher and helped recruit kids during recess to play on Quinn's flag football team, according to 24/7 Sports. As wins piled up in football, so did the amount of people telling the Ewers family that Quinn was a special player. But the family took it with a grain of salt, because you never really know. Ewers attended Southlake Carroll High School, which is known for producing quarterbacks like Chase Daniels, Greg McElroy, and current head coach Riley Dodge. Going to high school, Quinn was not focused on college recruiting. He was more focused on being the next great quarterback at Southlake Carroll, and focused on protecting the tradition. He tried to learn things by watching the ways Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers played. Going into his freshman year, he also decided to start rocking a bleach blonde mullet. The bleach blonde hair is a normal thing for the Dragons, as players have been bleaching their hairs blonde for 2 decades as a sign of brotherhood. The reason for the mullet was because he wanted to do his own thing. Like many Southlake Carroll quarterbacks, Ewers had to wait his turn, sitting behind Liberty quarterback Will Bowers, getting his first varsity experience as a punter in the state playoffs. Through 3 games, Ewers punted the ball 7 times, averaging 45.3 yards per punt, with 3 punts inside the 20 and a long punt of 73 yards. Going to Ewers' sophomore year, it was his turn to take over the starting quarterback spot. Ewers told 24/7 Sports, "All my teammates were saying it may be fast at first, but it will slow down. But I never felt that speed where it was too fast." Coach Dodge was huge in that. Him having that confidence in me to hear me out there and believe in me puts more confidence in myself, and it worked out. Ewers exploded onto the scene throwing for 4,003 yards, 45 touchdowns, and just 3 interceptions. He also rushed for 568 yards and 9 scores on the ground. Ewers' best game of the season probably came in the last game of the season against the loaded Duncanville team, where he threw for 393 yards and 3 touchdowns in a 49-35 loss in the quarterfinals of the state playoffs. Ewers threw for 4 or more touchdowns in 6 games and threw for at least 250 yards in 10 games, leading the Dragons to a 13-1 record. After the Duncanville game, a staff member from a high-profile program texted 24/7 Sports saying Quinn Ewers might be quarterback 1. During his sophomore year, Ewers succeeded on unscheduled plays and spent more time with Dodge than his family, getting to Southlake before school for football-related activities and staying late after practice. Dodge told 24/7 Sports, "We have a pretty special relationship. It was cool I got to get in here on the front end of his career, and we built a really good relationship based on football and then off the field, and obviously the sky's the limit for him and whatever he wants to do. Throughout his sophomore year, the scholarship offers from high-profile schools started rolling in, but Ewers was not planning on committing till his junior year. Quinn's father told 24/7 Sports, "What we told Quinn from the beginning is to live in the moment and enjoy it, and all that's going to come to you will take care of itself," and that's what Quinn has done. Obviously, it's been exciting. We're so blessed. Quinn has the opportunity to keep playing the game for a few more years, and you never know what's going to happen. He envisions himself being an NFL quarterback, but you don't want to get caught up in the hype. Going into his junior year, Ewers was focused on getting better, telling 24/7 Sports, "The interception to touchdown ratio was really good this year, and I'm trying to put up the numbers like that again and go deeper with my team in the playoffs." Although COVID-19 caused the Texas high school football season to start late, Ewers played extremely well, proving to be mid-season form, throwing for 388 yards and 5 touchdowns, completing 77.8% of his passes in a 72-57 win over Rockwell Health in the season opener. Ewers would miss part of the season after getting surgery for a sports hernia. Ewers told DallasNews.com, "There was a lot of physical therapy and just trying to get back here to this specific date. Obviously, it all worked out as planned, so I'm just grateful to be back here. Being back just feels amazing, and it feels so good to be back on this field with pads and a helmet and a football in my hand." In his return, playing at 50% because he couldn't run, Ewers threw for 251 yards and 3 touchdowns, helping his team advance in the playoffs. He followed that performance up, completing 98.2% of his passes for 450 yards and 6 touchdowns in a 59-35 win over Trinity. South Lake Carroll finally got over the hump when it came to playing Duncanville, beating them 34-27 for a spot in the state championship. Ewers' 352 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions were not enough to beat Austin Westlake and Dodge's father in the state championship game. Ewers finished the season throwing for 2,442 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions in 8 games as South Lake Carroll finished 12-2. According to 24/7 Sports Composite, Quinn Ewers is the best player in his class, and if things hold up, he will be the 6th person to receive the 1.0000 rating. Check out my video on the previous 5 in the description below. Ewers has received over 29 different Division I offers from the likes of Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State, Oklahoma, and Texas. Originally, Ewers committed to the Texas Longhorns, before later decommitting from the Longhorns, flipping to Ohio State, explaining his decision saying, "Probably because a Texas team hasn't been in the running for a national championship in a little while. And I don't know about other guys, but like me, I just want to compete at the highest level. Obviously, one day they will get back there, and it'll be great, but right now, I'm just tired seeing that happen. Obviously, Texas A&M was really close last year." Ewers stayed committed to Ohio State and decided to reclassify from the 2022 recruiting class to the 2021 recruiting class, foregoing his senior year to sign NIL deals. He signed numerous endorsement deals, including one worth more than $1 million. Some early frontrunners for Ewers are Texas, Texas A&M, and Texas Tech, according to Pete Thamel. If Texas is able to land Ewers, he could be a player they need to get things back on track in Austin. But where do you think Quinn Ewers will transfer? Let me know in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.